Hey, yo, beautiful people. Welcome to another vlog episode of Talking 100 Podcast. In this vlog episode, I'm going to be talking about our trip to St. Louis. Yes, one of my favorite cities in the world. As you see my Chinese rice, and we had some emos, and I'm over here acting a fool because we are in St. Louis for a wedding. Okay, shout out to Allison and shout out to Remy on putting on a beautiful, beautiful wedding. Okay, if you don't know, Hunter's my best friend, been my best friend for a long time, and his sister actually just got married this past weekend, and I was honored and really just honored to be invited, and she invited me and my wife to come out and help celebrate them of their celebration of love. Okay, and it was very beautiful. As you saw the interest coming in, you saw the wedding layout, the setup, the beautiful dresses that they all had, the walking, the whole setup, the whole nine was just phenomenal and beautiful. Okay, as you see, I call her my sister too. My sister Allison was out there, crying and doing what she got to do, because this is a very special and beautiful moment. Now, as you see them exchanging words, exchanging rings, and then making it official that they are married. I've never been to a woman to woman or man to man wedding, but I've seen them on TV or I've seen them on live. I've seen people do it on Facebook, and I usually see like one of the women wear a tuxedo, another woman wear a dress. But both of them wearing dresses, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of lit, and that was one of the most things that I actually love about it the most. All right, now here comes the turn up part. Coming in for the reception. My dog, hold on, and we was turning up in their reception for show. Okay, as they're coming out, they're doing their entrance until the reception themselves, and then they came out and actually did a whole dance. And I guess they practiced their dance routine when they come out, and it was phenomenal. As you see, we got the lights and everything. They had an open bar. Okay, that first shot that I took of everybody walking in, I just happened to be at the bar, and I was not supposed to be there, but I was, and I got that good shot. But then, so yeah, open bar and everything that they had there, it was fucking nice, really nice. And we see them coming in, dancing, the miseries. The dance floor was theirs, the moment was theirs. It was very fantastic. And shout out to Remy. Her kids are actually in this like circus, tumbler, acrobatic thing. I don't know what the true name is. Please forgive me. But look at all this stuff they was doing, from juggling to really, doing small pyramids, helping each other do handstands, and again, juggling and balancing and shit. It was crazy. It was phenomenal. And then Olivia, my daughter, being in cheerleading, we always talk about how she needs to start doing this, and seeing this in person and in 4K was fantastic. Okay, these are her kids. These are Remy kids. Shout out to Remy and her kids. Shout out to Remy and Allison again. But look at this. Look. I saw this. I said, oh my God, doctor said I need a bacchytomy. Okay, this is amazing. I was really, I'm not gonna lie, I was speechless about this. Especially these kind of like balancing. I thought I had balance, and I pride myself on being really balanced, especially when I play sports. But this is unheard of and unreal. Okay, but yeah, again, the whole experience of this whole wedding was great. They had a cartoonist that drew you as you just sit there and be smiling, draw you in your faces. Had other partying gifts there, this type of entertainment, dancing, DJ, I got my, I'm not going to say nothing right now because it's supposed to be positive, but just know that DJ is not going to be my DJ forever or in the future for nothing. But look, they had a nice little thing going, the pyramids going and everything. Everybody's coming forward, dancing. Look on the dance, yeah, okay, dancing. Then you see me and my wife, and then me. Like I said, they had the cartoonists there drawing us. But thank you guys for joining me on this another vlog episode. Check out this episode to hear me talk more about the wedding. Till then, enjoy the episode. Hey, yo, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Talking 100 Podcast. On this podcast, spell talk with the one instead of an L, because on this podcast, we always keep it 100. All right, let's talk about it. First and foremost, I would like to say I haven't filmed an episode in April yet. So this is my first episode actually filming in April. So I'm excited about that. With that being said, happy Autism Month. Autism Awareness Month is this month, the month of April. Okay, if you have autistic children, go hug them right now. If you have autistic parents, go hug them right now. Autistic cousins, autistic aunties, nephews, all of the above. Okay, uncles, auntie, go hug them all, autistic or not. even though all of them did be, I want them to be autistic, of course, then give them a hug. But even if they're not, give them a big hug. But give a special big hug, longer hug for my autism people out there. Happy Autism Awareness Month. Shout out to my son, XJ. I talk about him constantly on my show. Nonverbal autistic child I have, 10 years old, be 11 years old this year. Oh my God. And I just can't believe it. So yeah, man, it's been a great experience for people with children of that has autism. I know the struggle of that. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the parents. Shout out to the parents with autistic children. And this was actually brought to my attention not too long ago on YouTube. Shout out to the person on YouTube who said it's people out here that are kids or the children that are out here with autistic parents. So shout out to those kids that deal with autistic parents as well. That's a big important step as well. Being able to communicate with your parents, being able to have the level of communication with your parents, even though it is very, very hard. I get it, but you guys are doing an amazing job. Everybody out there that's dealing with the autism, you guys are doing an amazing job. Keep it up, keep it going. We definitely need more great people in the world, patient people, kind people. Right, to be in this world and then be kind to especially all the autistic children. Okay, but yeah, it's been one hell of a journey, especially with my son XJ. It's been ups and downs, it's been trials, tribulations, but I would not trade none of that for anything in the world, and I promise to you on that, I would not trade it for anything else. I love him. I love everything that we go through with him. I love the lessons he continued to teach me every day, and the lessons that I teach him as well. His way of learning is intriguing. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it's not a lot of bad things I can say about XJ other than he just doesn't talk. And even though he says solid words like mama, dada, or Gigi, his grandmother. If he really trying to say something, he'll try to spit it out. Sometimes he can't get it out, but nowadays he's trying more to talk. Like we say something, he's trying to actually say those words, and it's all fun and games. To all the other kids, all the people I know, all the autistic parents out there, like a shout out to you guys. You guys are loved. You guys are loved heavily, loved hard. All right, and yeah, man, just have fun. Learn. Like, this is all a learning experience. And I'm gonna be the one to say this. I saw a post on Facebook that said, keep those jokes about autistic children to a minimum, or autistic people to a minimum. And then somebody's like, yeah, that means don't joke about them at all. Y'all take shit way too serious. Way too serious. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing. My son is nonverbal autistic, and I still joke on him. And you know what? He be trying to play. He be like doing something, make a noise, and then try to hide, and then pop out of skate. Like he be taking advantage of what he knows, what he can do. So yeah, man. Hey, man, don't take it too serious, bro. All right. People gonna clown regardless, and my best way of medicine for myself is laughing and making jokes all the time. So I'm gonna continue to make jokes. I'm gonna continue to do what I do and have fun with my child, especially in all the other children that comes around and that are in my care or in my sight. I do the same thing: joke with them, have fun with them, play with them. When I was a coach for my daughter's soccer team, and I had two twins, a boy and a girl that was autistic. And then they was differently autistic. One was like sheltered in, or not sheltered. He was more of an introvert, while the other one's an extrovert. And so it wasn't hard to deal with, but it was different. And so people loved that I dealt with it the way I dealt with it. And you know what I'm saying? So it's trial and tribulations, and it's lessons to be learned about all the autistic people out there. Learn something from them, and you will learn something. Happy Autism Awareness Month to all of you guys, all the kids out there, all the parents out there, all the aunties, uncles, cousins, grandmothers, grandfathers. You won't believe that grandmothers and grandfathers also have, autism as well. You never know. So don't judge a book by its cover, and also Don't judge, period. And be nice and be kind to people because you never know what the hell is going on. Okay? Shout out to y'all. Okay, as you saw in the beginning of the episode, this is why I'm kind of late dropping the episode, okay? But I am back, all right? We are on episode 88. 88 for life. All right, episode 88 is special because I just got back from the beautiful state of Missouri, from the beautiful city of St. Louis, okay? For people who don't know, I do have family in East St. Louis, Illinois. It's right there. Shout out to all my family. So I'm sad and sick because if I wasn't doing something, I was sleeping. And I didn't have my kids. It was me and my wife with no kids. So anytime we was not eating, anytime we was not trying to go to do something, we were sleeping and sleeping our lives away. Okay, so I'm saying I didn't get to really see my family like that, but I will make another trip down there, especially with my kids, so they'll keep me alive and active, and everybody can see everybody. But I went down there with just me and my wife for a wedding. Okay, my best friend Hunter Eccles, shout out to Hunter, and shout out to his sister. His sister's the one that got married, Allison Eccles. Shout out to Allison and shout out to Remy. Okay, those are the two young ladies that got married. Okay, on that Saturday, it was on and popping, one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever been a part of. And I mean, like, I wasn't even like in the wedding, but just the fact, thanks for the invite for both of them, because they, you know what I'm saying, like I take pleasure and pride in that, because, like, you know, you don't have to invite everybody. And the fact that I got my invitation in the mail, I was personally invited, and I loved it. And it was the most beautiful wedding that I have really seen in a long time. Okay, they had the little cartoonist person that was sitting there would draw your face. You sit down, you gotta sit, and they'll draw your face. That was awesome. They had a projector showing, like, you know, videos throughout their relationships. It was kid friendly, even though we didn't bring our kids. It was kids friendly, so you had some other kids doing some stuff. Open bar. That shit was lit. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I was left out of that wedding low key, fucked up already. I was already drinking. Then I went to go drink some more when I went to go see my uncle. But anyway, dude, they had the open bar. The reception was great. The food was banging, from the jerk or the jerk rib tips to the chicken to the greens, mac. Like, they had some southern food for their reception. I'm talking about slapping. You feel me? And so all of it was beautiful. Now, this is my first time going to a I don't want to say, I don't know how to say it, but it's my first time actually going to a wedding like that. I guess I want to say gay wedding, but it's like a gay wedding or LGBTQ wedding. And it's my first time actually being a part of it. Now, I've seen weddings like that on, like, Instagram, or I've seen my other family members have weddings like that or whatever, but I've never physically been to one. This is my first one. And I will tell you right now, as a person who's not, like, fully into the LGBTQ community, I'm not in the community, but I don't hate the community. I'm not going to sit here and say I support the community, like giving my money, but I do go to the rallies they be having, or the parades they be having, you know what I'm saying, the Pride months. Y'all saw me with my last year when I had one of my homies, Jordy, on my Pride month episode. So, like, it's not like I fully don't support it or I fully support it. But, you know, it is what it is. It's what people, if that's what they like, that's what they like. I don't judge nobody. But for me, personally, this was a beautiful wedding because, like, this is what I love, okay? So if you are somebody who is openly gay and you like, you know, if you're a woman that likes a woman and you're a man that likes a man, like, I'm cool with that, but I don't, sometimes it kills me with it's more happens with the men side. Well, no, it happens more with the women's side, I say, of, like, you know, a woman going with another woman, but, you know, it looks studded, like a little stud, or look, you know, a little manly, dressing the clothes, and this and that. So a lot of those times I've seen those weddings, you got the one girl in the dress and the other girls in the tuxedo, right? This was so cool because they both was wearing white wedding dresses, and they both were beautiful. Like, that was cool as hell. I love to see that. And I know a lot of people don't really support it, and a lot of people are going to say what they want to say what they want about it and have your own opinions. I'm open to all the opinions. If you have any comments, opinions you want to say about it, talk to me about it. Okay, don't try to hate, especially on the video in the beginning of this episode. Don't try to talk slight shit and try to hate. If you're going to talk shit to me. because I defend myself and I defend everybody else. But it was a beautiful wedding, in my opinion. I love that both of them was wearing the white dresses. I love that they both had bridesmaids, basically, except I think the only dude associated with the wedding was my best friend Hunter, and rest in peace to their dad. Like, he passed away not too long ago, so it would have been him giving away his daughter, but it had to be, had to be my best friend Hunter. But even and I haven't seen Hunter. Man, I damn near want to say almost 10 years. It's been like a cool 7 years or so. 5+ years that I haven't seen my own best friend. Now, we talk all the time. We texting all day. We're playing the game together. Actually, when I get done with this episode, I got to go pick up my daughter, and then we're about to go play the game, actually, after this. So, we talk every day, and, we play the game, and we just haven't seen each other. Seeing him was like a breath of fresh air. Like, seeing him, being able to be in his presence, laughing, talking, playing, doing shit that we was doing, trying to do back in the day. We ain't on that savage mode like we was about 10 years ago. But just the fact that we was in each other's presence and in each other's company, man, that was all that I really needed. And if I haven't seen him, I haven't seen his siblings, all right, in a long time. And shout out to his younger brother Miles. He wasn't able to make it. Shout out to their mom. She wasn't able to make it, but they was both well missed and well loved, and I would have loved to have seen them too. But also, Allison, who got married, I haven't seen her in a while too. And let me tell y'all something. Allison is one interesting person. That's when you talk about an introvert. That to this day, she'll tell you that she's still kind of in her ways of being shy and in the house, and she'd rather just be in the house and doing all this, which is cool. But man, when we was in school, man, you couldn't get her to talk at all. You couldn't get her outside, and she didn't really want to do much. And she was a real introvert. But now that I've seen her and the way she was happy to see us. She was talking to my wife and this and that. I was just I even dude, damn, you got better with communication, man. You usually always hide in. Even my wife was yeah, I met you before. Because Allison forgot, she was I don't think I met you. And Risha was oh no, I met you. But it was for 2 seconds. Came out, said hey, and you went back in the room. And she was I'm sorry. I was nah, man, that's just how you was back in the day. We have introverts. Okay, we have introverts. But it's cool. It's cool. That wedding, from the setup to the decorations, to the food, to the open bar, to the cartoonist, from start to beginning to the end, it was beautiful. Bias, yes, 10 out of 10. I say 10 out of 10. And I've been to weddings. My mom's and stepdad's wedding was very beautiful. I was a part of that wedding too. So that was I was part of that wedding. That wedding was beautiful. I've been to maybe a handful of weddings in all of my lifetime. But they've been cool, but this one was just very special, very nice. So special when me and I call her my wife, Marisha, but we not legally married yet. But once we have our wedding, Allison, we probably took most of those ideas that we gonna take. We saw those ideas. We probably gonna take those ideas. But hey, shout out again to Allison. Shout out to Remy. That was my first time actually meeting Remy. She's a cool person, cool, laid back lady. I see why she be cool and laid back, because we be on the same demon time. And there's legal in Missouri where they are at. They got dispensaries everywhere. So yeah, shout out to those two again. I can't wait to see them guys again soon. Hopefully soon. Hunter was talking about his 30th birthday. He's trying to probably come down here to Texas. And let me tell you, if my dog comes down to Texas, I need y'all help that's in Texas. We're going to make sure he have a good time. All right. Shout out to them. Shout out to St. Louis. Shout out to their venue. Shout out to all everybody that I've seen associated at the wedding. Shout out to all the people that I haven't seen since high school that was at the wedding. I was just wow, dude, I haven't seen none of y'all in forever. And no disrespect, I didn't think I was gonna see them, but to see them, it was a good feeling, and I felt good seeing all of them. Okay. All right. As of yesterday, Monday, April 6th. College basketball season is over for both men and women. UCLA women won on Sunday, destroying the South Carolina Gamecocks, and then Michigan men are the kings and took the crown of college basketball champions. or in their win over UConn. Okay, both games were okay. The UConn and Michigan game was cool. That was good, but that UCLA and South Carolina game, yeah, that was over before it started. Okay. First of all, shout out to Michigan. Shout out to Michigan being basically the most dominant team all year, and not even all year, all tournament. I think it was only one game. No, every game that they had. Oh no, maybe not. I gotta see the final score of the championship game because I forgot that fast. But majority of all the games in the tournament, Michigan scored like 90 plus points each game. So that was good. I ain't gonna lie. And then they just outplayed everybody. And then on top of that, I was going for UConn, of course, and I wanted to see how good can their dynasty or how great can their dynasty keep going and exceed. But came short to Michigan. No hard feelings. I feel like it was just a good tournament this year. I really enjoyed it. UCLA women, shout out to them. I'm sick because after I seen the Texas women in person about a month or two ago, I would have bet my life and bet the whole house Texas was winning it all. Like Texas was going to the Final Four. Texas was going to win the national championship, and they struggled against UCLA. Shout out to UCLA. Those girls were phenomenal. That tall 6'7" chick, yeah, she's going to the league for sure. She's going to be, I don't know about number 1 overall pick, but maybe. You never know. But it's cool, man. It was cool to see, something different. UCLA women, this is kind of their first title in the NCAA era of winning a title, and it's kind of crazy to think of like how their men got like 1,000 of them, and this is their first one. But it is what it is. Shout out to that coach of UCLA, okay? I'm not going to lie. I didn't know who she was really until we was watching the Sweet 16, but then, of course, them going against Texas, I was watching heavily, and that lady was coaching her ass off. Corey Close, she was coaching her ass off, okay? Now, what's funny was during the game, or they were showing her, and I was looking like, hey, she put the white woman back on top, you know what I'm saying? But see, I didn't want to say it like she's a Karen, like, they go people like, oh, that's the Karen. No, she ain't no Karen, man. Karen's, when you call especially a white woman a Karen, that's disrespectful. Saying you calling that lady a disrespectful name. Coach Corey, she ain't no Karen. It's like more of a Tabitha. Have you ever met white women named Tabitha? They love black coaches. They love black men. They love everything about, being black. Every white lady named Tabitha I've met been cool with black people. Cool with them. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna say she Karen. Nah, she's more of a Tabitha. But Coach Corey, she's cool as hell. She looks cool. She coach. The fact that she was there for 15 years, and then this is her first time actually getting to the promised land, getting over the hump and getting that title. It shows you how much patience people have to have, especially as a head coach, but what the school patience they have to have for you coaching our team, hopefully to the promised land. Maybe she would never, if she didn't win this, she probably would never have won, but she was always been a great coach and always had great players and sent great players on to whenever it was overseas or to the league. But also, watching her at the end of that game, she kind of taught me that, everybody is still human. And everybody at one point in time was a kid. Seeing her mother come onto the court and, be so proud of her daughter and doing all this, it's like, you got to remember that it don't matter how old Coach Corey is. She's still someone's child. You know what I'm saying? And she's still... And their parents are always gonna be here for you, supporting you, whatever you want to do. And and the joy that her mother had on her face, and you can see that the joy Coach Corey had on her face of I made my mom proud. And she already made everybody proud, but just the exchange I saw just within that helped me realize that it don't matter how old you get, we are still, especially with our parents are always going to love us, cherish us, and want the best from us. So yeah, that was kind of a nice little humbling, fun experience that I thought I saw for myself. I thought I saw throughout that time. So congratulations to Coach Corey Close again on doing a milestone. You was already there 15 years. You got you a chip. You're going to be there 25 more, ma'am. 25 more. We're going to be here for it. But yeah, she ain't no Karen. She a Tabitha. You hear me? All right. So shout out to that coach. But two coaches that I was just like, Coach Don Staley, Coach Geno, what happened? What happened? Feeling glad I get a sunshine. Dude, now, I'm going to say this. Coach Geno is out of his mind, and he was tripping for lashing out the way he did. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm not speaking up for Geno at all. I think what he did was really unacceptable on a national stage like that. You could have held in your own. You could have talked to her in the back if you wanted to. But you did it out loud. And I'm going to say this. Like I said, I'm not speaking up for Geno. I'm not taking up for Geno. But you saw at the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, when they interviewed Geno of how he was highly pissed. Highly pissed. They not giving us no foul calls. Look at my one of my Star Girls shirts and Sarah Strong fucking ripped jersey. Had to change jerseys. Sitting there talking about that coach over there, talking about Don Staley, how she can say and do whatever, and they just letting it go. And she's saying some guys god awful things that I can't repeat. Like, he was going off. He was on a rampage. And so I think with Geno that I was waiting in the beginning of the game, we got to shake hands. I think that was just a bullshit excuse to really, because you can't talk shit about the refs, which sucks. You can't say shit about the refs anywhere before, after the games, or you get fined or you get suspended, whatever it is the case may be. And so I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking up for Geno. I'm not trying to say this is an excuse, but you saw he was mad as fuck at the end of the third, beginning of the fourth, and like it just boiled over to where he had to go off on somebody, and it just happened to be Don Staley. Now, it sucks when you going off on somebody like Don Staley, because we ride for Don Staley. When I say we ride for Don Staley. She's up there in that pedestal. She got that platform. She represents us. So we got her back as much as we do. And that was just bullshit by Geno kind of doing that. But as a man also, I get it. You getting your ass whooped. They not doing that. They not playing fair, you feel like. And then on top of that, you losing to a woman. And I'm not trying to say I get that and I'm all for it now, but I get it. I get it why you was doing that. I know. I see why. I see why. And it's okay. It is okay. But yeah, that little drama they had between Don Staley and Geno, that shit's gonna be talked about for a while. Okay, a good ass while. But I hope it does. Like, Geno came out and apologized, and it's not his first time that he was really had beef with another woman head coach. You know what I'm saying? Him and Pat Summitt back in the days, and all these other women he's interacted with that he's had beef with. But when you're on the pedestal of a great coach, a phenomenal coach, and you have been as great as you've been your whole career, and you sent players to the league, you've coached these players, you have a competitive edge, and you hate losing. I don't care who you are, what you go through. Once you taste winning and you continue to taste winning, you want to continue to win. And so you get pissed off when you're losing. People like Geno and people like Bill Belichick, people like Tom Brady, people like those people who always are used to winning, the moment that they're getting their ass kicked, and especially when they're at the peak of their whatever they're doing, and when you're getting your ass kicked and you know you're great, you're just not having a good day, you're pissed off, man. I should be winning. Why am I not winning? This is some bullshit. And I get it. I get it a lot. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy to think about. This is another storyline that's gonna at least push out for another week, maybe 2 weeks. People are gonna Stephen A. Smith, he's gonna talk about it, and all these other people are gonna talk about it. Oh, the black or white thing. You're mad because you got beat by a black woman, and all this and that, and he was cheering for UCLA to win. I know he happy. No, man, I don't like those narratives, man. People just go through bullshit. Okay, I hate that they have to be this type of bullshit that they go through, but it is what it is. Okay, but shout out to Geno and shout out to Don Staley, both all of the coaches that was a part of the Final Four, men and women. Shout out to all of them coaches because it's very competitive, and you have to be competitive to instill that competitive edge within your players. And so they all are competitive, and this is why this was a very competitive tournament. But yeah. That was just crazy. Shout out to all the coaches, but not even just a coach, one team, kind of the coach's fault, but one team I was disappointed in was, of course, Texas. Now, I said it earlier. I'm disappointed in Texas because I saw them and I thought they can win it all. When I saw them in person, I was like, oh, they can win it all. They can win it all. And then watching them after that, they're dominant. They killed South Carolina in the SEC championship game, right? They're dominating each opponent to go all the way to the Final Four. And then when you get to the Final Four, I don't know what the fuck happened. You shit the bed versus UCLA. And it was a point in time to where Texas came back, but they couldn't seal the deal. Now, you know why the reason Texas came back? And me and my stepdad was talking about this. Go check out Burgess and Son podcast. New episode is going to be dropping on Monday. Okay, so go check that out and get our reactions about that. But you get to see at least my reaction, my half reaction. I think Madison Booker is one of the best women on the planet in women's basketball. Okay, I think it's when Juju get back this next season, it's gonna be Madison Booker is gonna be Juju. Madison Booker probably has the edge over Juju in my opinion, just because she's maybe a little bit taller, has a better handle, and can score really just like a female Kevin Durant. And it's ironic she plays for Texas. She was not having the best game at all versus UCLA. And the moment they took her out, they were starting to come back. And then when she got back in, it's like, come on, you got to take, as a coach, you got to be able to read that and see that. Yes, that's your best player. Yes, you want your best player on the floor at all times, to be honest. But, dude, you got to sometimes read the room. Read the room. And you saw at the end of that game, the last play, she tried to lay it up on this tall 6'7" chick that just blocked it. And I was just like, what are you doing? Like, I was mad, man. I was hot. I was heated. I was disappointed because I feel like Texas women were way better than what the fuck they played like on what was that, Friday. Last Friday, they was way better than what they played like. Way better. Way better. And I was disappointed. Disappointed because we was in St. Louis. My wife never had Emo's Pizza. I got Emo's Pizza for us to watch the game with. I'm all excited, ready, and they lost. Disappointed. I was sick. I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, college basketball is over. Now, what's next for college basketball? I think we're in the era right now with NIL deals that is I just literally said before the tournament started that we're going to see NIL deals finally catch up with basketball. We're going to see it this season. We're going to see upsets. We're going to see guys who wouldn't have been talked about beforehand, but because they went to that smaller school or not a well-known school and they got the exposure that they needed. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew what was going to happen with the NIL deal. Now, with that same concept, what's going to happen now? If I'm Cameron Boozer, Caden Boozer, my father already played in the league. My father knows what the league comes with. They are not struggling for money at all. At least from my knowledge, they're not struggling for money at all. They could take their time and go into the league. You don't have to go to the league. In my opinion, you can stay 1 or 2 more years, at least one more year. Get your resume built back up, because it was times in those tournaments that both of them kind of seemed like they both seemed like they was not ready. But of course, like Cameron Boozer is ready for the league. He's league ready. His body is ready. Your dad is Carlos Boozer, so you are ready for the league. But you don't have to rush. Like, you don't have to rush at all to go to the league. AJ DeBonsa, I think he's one of the best prospects out there. He's the number 1 pick or the number 2 pick in my opinion. But does he have to rush to go to the league? BYU just gave this man $7 million his freshman year. Think about the shit you can build up. You can turn that to $14 million. And basically the extra $7 million will come from NILs and endorsements that you're going to get Because if you stay another year, you're gonna be the one selling. If you stay another year, Cameron Boozer, you're gonna be selling. Cameron Boozer and Cade Boozer are already on State Farm commercials as freshmen. They're getting a bag. You can get a bag and stay in college and actually develop your mind, develop your brain, develop your body, develop and get ready to play against those grown men. And when you get to the league, you're ready. You was already ready now, but you're really ready. Why not stay in college another year? That's just my opinion. I get it. The league is, when you're ready for the league, you're ready for the league. Now, but this is not back in the day though. Like the best players are not really growing up in poverty ghetto like they really was, like we was back in the day. Like we didn't have to rush to go to the league just to get our peoples out, to get ourselves out of situations. You don't have to do that, especially with those type. Now it's other cats in college basketball that really have to do that. It's some freshmen that they banked in on having a good season, go to the league, possibly a lottery pick to get their family out of poverty. And it's still kids that live like that to this day. But still, at the same time, this is what I think. I think with NIL deals and then the endorsements they able to get, if I'm Cameron Boozer, Cade Boozer, if I'm an AJ DeBonsa, I'm thinking long and hard about why do I need to rush to go to the NBA? Like, why do I need to rush to go to the NBA? Because especially now, to be honest, it's 4 teams that is probably going to win the title within the next 4 years anyway. OKC, San Antonio, Denver, Boston. And then you got the Knicks, you got the Pistons that are behind them. You know what I'm saying? You got those teams, but those are the 4 teams I say that are going to win championships for the next, at least until 2020 is over. So if you're looking to come in, yes, you can come in on or the Pacers too. You can come in. I feel like if Cameron Boozer was to come out, him going to the Pacers is perfect. If he doesn't go if the Pacers don't win a number 1 pick, I wouldn't even worry about coming out. Because the Pacers fit Cameron Boozer, and he will be able to come in and develop like he should. You got Tyrese Halliburton coming back. You got Zubac, who's a great player. You got Siakam, who y'all play the same position, but you can move Siakam to the 3, or you can move Boozer to the 3. They both can play the same positions, 3 and 4, and that's big size. Nembhard, and all these other guys and all these other cats, and it's like, if it's not the Pacers, I wouldn't think about going. If it's the Pacers, I say take a stab at it, but not the Pacers. That's just, if it's not the Pacers, you talking about going to like the Bulls, going to the Jazz, going to maybe the Grizzlies, going to the Wizards, teams like that you just don't have faith in winning. And so you really want to waste you kind of, your first few years trying to help these programs live up to the expectations. And then as you trying to, y'all not a good team, so you look like you're failing. Look at Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson was coming in, one of the best players we thought was going to ever, the next LeBron, this and that. And, of course, he has personal issues that he has to deal with himself, and he has to look in the mirror on himself. But, dude, because you're on the Pelicans, they expect you to be the savior for the Pelicans, but they're the Pelicans. So if you're not the savior, which he's not the savior, they're looking at you like you're a bust. How is he a bust? Just put him in the right situation, in my opinion. So that's what I'm looking at now. Cameron Boozer, Cade Boozer, AJ DeBonsa. I'm looking at those cats like, dude, y'all don't just look at these. Look at what's going on now. Cooper Flagg is different. Cooper Flagg really can do whatever the fuck he wants to, but Cooper Flagg came in at the right time. He was a freshman, or the freshman. He was a senior in high school, coming in to be a freshman at Duke. As you're going into your freshman season at Duke, you get to play with Team USA. You get to play with Bron, Steph, KD, and Anthony Davis, all these other cats on the team, Jason Tatum, and these are superstar caliber players, and you get to play with these players, and you're competing against them every day. That's what gave you your little, your time of like, okay, maybe I can do this. Go to college, and you did it. So he did what he wanted to do. I still said last year, I think Cooper Flagg should stay one more year. If Cooper Flagg and these Boozer brothers were on this Duke team, they won the title easily. But you know what I'm saying? Cooper Flagg had to go do what he had to do, and no knock on the Cooper Flagg. I think he did it what he supposed to do. Same thing I'm saying for Cameron Boozer, Cade Boozer, and also AJ DeBonsa. I'm not saying that y'all should just like stay in college forever and hold up, but no, I think one more year in college won't hurt, and I think it would actually help. your draft stocks. You know what I'm saying? Now, I get it. You don't want to take that risk, and then let's just say y'all don't have the season that y'all had this year. Yes, it's going to hurt, but we know your name. We know what you're capable of. We know what you can do, okay? But just being able to develop and go straight, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Should they stay in college one more year? Should Cameron Boozer and AJ DeBonsa stay in college one more year? Or should they just go ahead and go to the league? I think they should stay, but I'll let y'all decide with that. All right. Well, y'all hear my son AJ here and there going crazy, if y'all can. But all right. Road to WrestleMania. Road to WrestleMania is here. We got a little bit under 2 weeks before, or really like a week and a half. So yeah, under 2 weeks before we go to Vegas to see WrestleMania. I'm not going to Vegas. I'm going to be at the house watching, but they're going to Vegas to go have WrestleMania. A lot of matches. It's going to be key, pivotal. The Gunther Seth Rollins match, Becky Lynch, AJ Lee. The 6-man tag team match that has Javon Evans in, the young OG. Javon Evans is honestly one of my favorite dudes now. Like, of course, I got Jey Uso is like out of the new school of what we got now. Jey Uso, that's my dude. I love Jey Uso. Even to this day, I love Jey Uso. And I love his brother Jimmy. I love the Usos, period. I love Trick Williams. Trick Williams is my next favorite because Jey Uso was my favorite because of his interest. Trick Williams is my favorite because of his interest. I love Trick Williams. Whoop that Trick. Whoop. Like he's got it. He's got it. Trick Williams is next up. He's got it. You know what I'm saying? He has a big time matchup. Like I was saying, Javon Evans is another one that I'm loving. Young OG. Let's get bouncy. He's one of those young ones that I want to see him be the youngest world heavyweight champion. I want to see him be the youngest champion, period. I want him to exceed that expectation. Because I feel like he's the guy to do it. He's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. He's been fighting, or he's been wrestling since he was 13. I think he is great, in my opinion. And so, I just not noticed that rhyme. But, yeah, man, Road to WrestleMania is here. I will talk more about WrestleMania probably the next episode. Yeah, probably next episode that I do. I'll talk about Road to WrestleMania because it'll be closer and closer, and I can't wait to see how that's going to play out. Are we going to be live? I'm going to be live for WrestleMania. Yes, I will be live with Lane the Main. Shout out to Lane the Main. We have missed a live the past couple of shows, but we're going to be back on track doing lives for WrestleMania. Okay. Another thing that's in the month of April around the corner is the NFL draft. NFL draft is around the corner. I have been open about this, okay? But what do I know? I'm just a dumbass Tennessee Titans fan that don't know what he's talking about, that they need to make podcast equipment more expensive so I can't buy it. And you know what I'm saying? So I've been on record to say I want either Ruben from Miami or I want Caleb Downs. I think Dreymond Love is a great running back, but how many times are we going to say we can get running backs that's picked in the first round, or especially the first top 4 or 5 picks, turn out to be great? Now it's some that have, but how many times does that really happen? Look at Ashton Jeanty last year. I hope Ashton Jeanty has a great second year, but we was talking about him being a generational talent. They got him, and he really didn't show up. Now I get it. It's the Raiders. So I get the argument, but I'm just saying, man, I love Jeremiah Love, and if we do get him, I'm gonna embrace him, and I'm gonna love it, and I'm gonna buy the jersey. I'm gonna be invested. I'm invested into this team, so I'm gonna love and be invested. But just me personally, as a fan of football, as a fan of the Titans, and as a student of the game to this day, and knowing the game, defense wins championships. Ruben from Miami is a dominant pass rusher that we can add to our line and be dominant. Or I like Caleb Downs from Ohio State in the same division with his brother. He can probably recruit his brother to come to the Titans later on down the line. Then on top of it, when people forget the reason why Amani Hooker got the money he got, he was alongside Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard, I'm not going to say he basically gave the money to Amani Hooker, but he helped Amani elevate his game, which got him paid. Now without Kevin Byard, Amani Hooker has been great, but he's been good, but he hasn't really been great. Put Caleb Downs, a safety who is going to come in and can really play any position on the field that you want to. They can be an anchor for your defense, a voice of your defense, come in and help Imani live up to his hype that he is. So, me personally, I want Caleb Downs or I want Ruben from Miami. But I get it. We're trying to go score points, and scoring points, you need offensive players, and you need the receivers, you need the running backs, we got the quarterback. You need everything else to build around them. That's just me personally, though. This is who I would like to draft as a defensive player. But I just know how it's going to work out, and the other Titans fans are going to sit here and say I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can care less of your opinion anyway. So I'm going to love the team regardless. I'm the one that said, why are we drafting Malik Willis or why are we drafting Will Levis? And both of them guys are damn near gone off the team. And it is what it is, but you know what I'm saying? It's coming in. It's around the corner. So watch out for the NFL draft. Let's see what happens on that time. Okay. Now, this is what's crazy to me, okay? We're going to get into the NBA just a little bit today because now that the college football, since college basketball is over, it's on to the NBA. NBA playoffs will be starting here within the next couple of weeks. Can't wait for that. We was looking at the Pistons probably going to the finals. We was looking at probably, can the Lakers make a run? The Lakers have been playing real good. Can they make a run? Both teams are probably done. First round done. Cade Cunningham with a collapsed lung. That is something serious that people need to start talking about and need to fully manage. Now, I'm happy because Cade Cunningham was seen on the bench, hyping up his teammates, being a part of. That makes me feel good because it means you don't. Because with a collapsed lung, people don't understand. That shit is dangerous, bro. You supposed to be bed rest. You ain't supposed to be doing nothing. But the fact he's up living his life and being on the sideline, I'm happy. I'm happy to see him at least being that type of healthy. You're healthy enough to be active. So I am happy for Cade Cunningham actually being somewhat healthy in that aspect. But it's still, looking at it, how long could he be out? Could he be out for the first round? And if he's out for the first round, they've been winning games without Cade, but can you honestly say they can win a 7-game series without Cade? Maybe the first round, because depending on who the matchup. But after that, are they going to be in trouble? Same for the Lakers. Luka Doncic is out with a hamstring injury, and he's missing the rest of the regular season. But he possibly missed the first round of playoffs. Same with Austin Reeves, missing the rest of the regular season. He probably could miss the playoffs. The Lakers were looking like a team that, LeBron, I think they can make some noise. Maybe second round, maybe Western Conference Finals. I don't even think they're getting out of the first round now. I don't, and I'm not trying to be a hater, but I just think Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves are very important to the Lakers, and you have two important players that's not going to play your first round games. And it would be different if the Lakers was number 2, number 3 in the West, or maybe number 1, 2 or 3 in the West, because you're going to play a play-in team, and I don't think play-in teams that come in, they can really compete, or those 7 to 8 teams can compete with those 1 and 2 teams. You know what I'm saying? So I would feel better if they was one of those top seeds, but no, you're talking about 4 or 5, or you're talking about 5 or 6 or 7 seed, maybe a 5 or 6 seed, and if you're a 5 seed, you're playing a 4. If you're a 6 seed, you're playing a 3. Yeah, that's difficult. That's difficult to win in that first round without Luka and without Austin Reeves. You think, let's just say right now, I don't know the standings, but last time I checked, if it was to end today, you're talking about Rockets versus Lakers in the first round. Do you really think the Lakers have a chance of beating the Rockets? The only player that the Rockets are missing is Fred VanVleet. And even they talking about he could possibly come back if they go far in the playoffs. But they don't have Fred VanVleet. But other than that, you think even then that still loaded Rockets team is going to lose to a Luka and Austin Reeves Lakers team with just LeBron? No. Kevin Durant won't let that happen, especially on his legacy. No. I don't think me in my honest opinion, I think if Luka and Austin Reeves can't come back at least for games 3 or games 4 for the first round of the playoffs, the Lakers are done. The Pistons have at least one round to play with. They can get past the first round without Cade. But can they really compete like they want to. Because now without Cade doesn't get those reps in, and then you really trying to do the backup players, and them players might get exhausted, or those players might think, oh well, I'm doing good, we really don't need Cade, and get an ego. You never know what can happen, but in my opinion, I think the Pistons and Lakers are possibly done. I don't think they can if they get out the first round, I don't think they can get out the second round. If God willing, and they get out the second round, that would be a damn. I don't know what you would call that, but yeah, man, I don't know what to say about that. But I don't think they're gonna go far in the playoffs now with their stars out. Now, what does that mean especially what that means for the Lakers, and what does that mean for LeBron? Is this LeBron's last year as a Laker? I don't think this is LeBron's last year. I think looking at LeBron, bro's 41 and still putting up triple doubles. 41 putting up 30-point triple doubles. 41 is still doing his damn thing. I say LeBron easily has 2 to 3 years left. Easily. Now, anything can happen within a year. He can get tired of this shit, don't want to do it anymore. That's on him. I just think he has at least 2 or 3 more years left on his belt. And so what does that mean for the Lakers? Is LeBron going to sign again with the Lakers? Is he going to sign an extension? Is he going to stay? What can LeBron do? Go back to Cleveland? I would hope not. He's definitely not going to Memphis. Hey, yo, hold on. I'm getting sidetracked right now. If you, especially, I'm from Tennessee, and I see people from Memphis. I got family members that live in Memphis. I got friends who live in Memphis, and they trying to, oh man, LeBron is dude. LeBron is not the first athlete to say that about the Grizzlies at all. Nobody wants to play in Memphis. Like, Ja Morant got drafted to Memphis. He didn't choose to go to Memphis. No free agents, no big-time free agents talks about going to Memphis. When's the last time you heard of a big-time free agent coming to Memphis to play in Memphis? Last one I remember was Tony Allen. And is he big-time, was he a big-time free agent, or he was just coming off that Celtics run that, they won a championship, and he was known as the Kobe, Kobe slower down there. Not Kobe stopper, but he would slow down Kobe. He gave Kobe fits. But, yeah, that was the last time I say that I remember that it was like, yo, that's a big time player coming in free agency, coming to Memphis. And the grit and grind Grizzlies, he helped establish that. So it's no knock on Tony Allen. He's not, don't get me wrong, Tony Allen is a beast, a monster. He made it to the NBA for a reason. You can say what you want to, but he's a great player. But was he like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, those type of, no, he wasn't. So no real superstar is coming to Memphis under their own will. No, you want to go to LA, you want to go to Miami, you want to go to somewhere in Texas. Either team in Texas from maybe San Antonio, you'd be hesitant. But without Coach Pop there, even though they still got the identity of Coach Pop himself is not there. So you might want to go to San Antonio or go to Houston. Everybody loves Houston. Everybody loves Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Going to New York. Everybody loves New York. Going somewhere where you're going to basically just have a good time. And Vegas is about to get another team. But Vegas is about to get a team. Seattle's about to get a team back. You want to go play there. You don't want to play in Memphis. You don't want to play where else you say Milwaukee. You definitely don't want to play in Milwaukee. You don't want to play in Memphis. You don't want to play. You don't want to play kind of closer to the in Oklahoma City. You really don't want to play in Oklahoma City. Now, they just got lucky. SGA wasn't a free agent. He got traded to OKC, and so they just drafted well after that. So, but at the same time, if this team was mediocre and not good, how many of these players that's coming up on their contract, would they have signed the extension? Would they go somewhere else? You never know. So it's no knock to LeBron. In my opinion, he said his opinion. He don't want to play in Memphis. There's a lot of players that don't want to play in Memphis, but that doesn't discredit Memphis. It's just he don't want to play in Memphis. So me personally, I saw nothing wrong with it. He's lost people who were, and like I said, I got family members, I got friends who live in Memphis that like, oh, I will not watch him, or I don't want to see him again, or I'm not a fan of his no more, all because he said he don't want to play in Memphis. I don't want to move back to Tennessee, period. I can't stand Tennessee, and I'm from Tennessee. I have Tennessee Titans hat on right now. I have all this, my poster from the Tennessee Titans. I used to live there, like I said, so I went to school there, high school there, middle school there. I got friends and family still there. I don't want to go back to Tennessee at all. So if I don't, and I'm a regular ass motherfucker, regular ass nigga with a regular job, everything, and I'm regular, and I'm telling you, I don't want to go back to Tennessee. Somebody of LeBron's stature, I know you don't want to move to Tennessee, especially Memphis. Come on, dog. Come on, man. Even in Nashville too. Nashville is, you can say it's better than Memphis, but I don't want to move to Tennessee, period. So I get LeBron, and I don't put no knock on LeBron at all. Okay, now back to rewind, back to what we were talking about. Is this going to be LeBron's last year as a Laker? If so, I'm looking at other teams. Like, what other teams do we have out there? Well, we have the Warriors, of course. Can he team up with Steph Curry and bring a championship to the Warriors dynasty and have his dream of playing alongside Steph Curry at least for a year or two? We're looking at Cleveland, like I said. Could he go back to Cleveland? Probably not, but that's a possibility. One team I'm thinking about for sure. This is not going to happen, but if it does happen, I told you so. LeBron James to the Washington Wizards. I don't say no to that. Now, this is why it's kind of been brewing in my mind that he can go to the Wizards. The first thing that caught my attention with the Wizards was, you already know they got Alex Sarr, their number 2 overall pick. Number 2 overall pick they had a couple of years ago. You already know about him. Then you bring in Trae Young. When that trade for Trae Young happened, I was looking like, huh. And it was crazy ironic. Atlanta traded Trae Young and got better. So that take that how you want to take that. But I'm looking at that trade when they got Trae Young. I'm like, oh, okay, Trae Young to the Wizards. All right. And then they literally backdoored and got Anthony Davis. I'm like, that's 2 I never would have thought to be together, Trae Young and Anthony Davis. But, hey, it's not my money that I'm spending. I'm going to be watching and entertaining. Then I started thinking about it. People don't realize how good of friends AD and LeBron are on and off the court, and they love playing with each other. Once AD went to the Wizards, I started really thinking, like, LeBron's not, he's only on a 1-year deal, so he's not obligated to come back to the Lakers unless they offer him an extension or they offer him another 1-year deal. And then on top of that, you talk about, everybody want to say, oh, he's just chasing Jordan. What other way to chase Jordan than to play your last years in Washington? And not only play in Washington, be with Anthony Davis, Trae Young, and some more stars on that team. And do something Jordan didn't do. Win a championship in Washington for the Wizards. Wearing maybe, did the Wizards retire number 23, right? I don't know. But being able to go to the Washington Wizards and winning the title, something Jordan didn't do, and you basically are chasing Jordan and you going to do something that Jordan didn't do. Call me petty. I don't give a fuck. I think that would be funny as fuck. Like, I think that would be funny as hell. LeBron goes up to Washington, nation's capital, play for the Wizards, wear 23, win a championship with the Wizards. That would stamp his legacy. I feel like that would be 5 chips. You won on the Wizards. Michael Jordan did it. And, you know, people who are LeBron fans are going to love it. And then people who are LeBron haters are going to, well, if Michael Jordan had Anthony Davis, and like, it's going to be so funny, in my opinion. I just want that shit to happen just so I can hear the fucking arguments about it. I think that could possibly happen. Shit, like I said a second ago, AD and Bron are like best friends. Shit, best friends so much that they did a show. Oh my God. After the national championship game, they premiered the show Foul Play. Foul Play is a TV show that I think LeBron is the executive producer on it. Anthony Davis is one of the hosts of it, and Bron's with them. So they go around pranking I think it's all basketball players, men and women. But the one that I saw was when they pranked Dreymond, and that dude was yelling at Dreymond. Dreymond was like, "I'll fuck you up," and do it. And he was back. Dreymond was pissed the fuck off. And you know who the most childish nigga on the planet is? LeBron James. LeBron James was sitting there laughing. LeBron seems like the person that would literally do some fuck shit and be laughing in your face. LeBron is childish, and him and AD are childish. So actually watching them on that show kind of struck my idea even more that, you know what, LeBron can possibly go to the Washington Wizards, and that would be hilarious if he does that, in my opinion. I would be dead as fuck. All right, thank you guys for joining me on another episode of Talk 100 Podcast. I will be back next week. Till then, this is episode 88. 88 for life. All right, episode 89 is going to be loaded. That means after this episode, we got 11 more episodes, and then we on episode 100. 100. I am counting down the days to that episode, so get ready for that and follow me on the journey. And I hope you guys have fun, because I'm definitely going to have some fun. All right, till next time, y'all already know who I am. I'm Zay for Life, and Zay for Life is out.